Welcome back aboard USS Cod. I'm Cod President Paul Ferrace, and we're here in the forward torpedo room. Hey, by the way, did you like our new intro? That was created by Evan and a little bit of me. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and it certainly gives a little bit of padding to our video, but shows how proud we are of having that wonderful film archive of USS Cod on our 7th War Patrol. Speaking of war patrols, we're here basically doing some research in the forward torpedo room involving Cod's self-destruct system. Now, everybody knows that the fleet submarine carried 3 55-pound blocks of TNT that were used to destroy the boat if it had to be scuttled. We know that there was a charge in the forward and after torpedo rooms and one in the control room in the pump room somewhere. A few years ago, one of our visitors was wonderful enough to donate at least the wooden crate that contained one of those 55-pound TNT charges, the Mark II demolition charge. It came out of Hawthorne, Nevada. We're going to replicate these because we need more, but as you can see, it's just a wooden box. But inside that wooden box was a 55-pound block. I'm going to hand that to Ben. That's Ben. And this is, and Jim, did you drop? Oh, there it is right there. It's a screw. Right there. That's Ben dropping the screw. And this is Jim, another one of our Cracker Jack crewmen. Did you get a picture of Jim? Okay, making sure it's better than the picture of him in the post office. That arrest photo does him no justice. Anyway, so this is the crude box that contained the apparently a perfect square of TNT. How deep it took, I don't know. But anyway, so thank you. I'll put that back for the time being. We've always known that there were two mysterious boxes kind of rolling around or down here in the flats of the forward torpedo room. The first one, we had just pulled this out. It's Jim's holding it. Get a shot of this box. And Jim, if you can kind of hold it up a little bit. It's sheet metal. It's got a gasket, and it's got all of these wing nuts. Go ahead and set it down on the edge there. I want you to throw your back out. So what I think is unusual is whatever was in this thing was not something that they wanted quick access to. Witness all of the wing nut bolt fasteners here. And of course, the gasket to keep moisture out. Of course, being the bilges, it might flood, so you didn't want water intrusion. But whatever was in this thing was something that you didn't want to have to get at in a big hurry, like a demolition charge. You would hopefully never have to use it. Now, this, as we can see, is a little big. I'm going to go ahead and put this down in there. And it fits nicely. It's got a little bit of extra room. But I don't know, what were you saying, Jim? You thought it might be too big because rattling? Yeah. But, you know, fleet boats weren't doing quick, crazy angles and dangles. So maybe, you know, sliding around wasn't quite the big problem. But, you know, we see no markings here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. This is one option. And we got that lid off pretty easily. There's the lid right there. In fact, Ben, can you put your box down temporarily? Go ahead and put that down below. Just keep it right there. Hand me that lid. Again, you can see that it's got a good handle grip to it. It's got lots of paint over the decades, nothing recent, but no stencil indicating what was in here. But again, all of these wing nut fasteners so that whatever was in here wasn't going to be pulled out every other day or every week. So go ahead and put that, just set it on those bolts. So that's a possible container for the 55-pound charge here in the forward room. But now Ben just pulled out this very similar box, and I'm going to go ahead and just lift it up here for a moment. It also has all of these wing nuts. It has two handle grips, one for the lid, and it's got one that I'm using on the side. And again, a lot of white paint, but no stencil markings as to what the contents might be. Now, it obviously is too big to contain the wooden box, but did I just lose another brass goose?
Both of them.
I lost both of them. See, you got to be the director. You're going to do things better than the enlisted men. So Ben lost one screw. I lost both. So we'll find those. But my guess is maybe you took the charge out of your shipping box and maybe you could store it in here. Because you know what? That size, without anybody bring a tape measure?
Nope.
Of course not. That'd be too simple. But this looks like it's roughly the same size, but we haven't opened this up. So we're gonna have Ben, go ahead. It could be an explosive charge, but you just wail away on that with the hammer. I don't hear anything ticking. All right, let's work our way around. You are seeing history, research, archaeological dig as it occurs. All right. If it's the Ark of the Covenant, we could be in trouble. All right. Well, that is suspiciously similar in size. And again, the same type of gasket and all of the little things. I'm going to leave it to you guys and the viewers. What do you think? You know, if we can find somebody who ever had to work with submarine demolition charges, maybe they would be able to tell us the protocol. Did you take the charge out and put it into the special metal containers? Did you put the whole box in that one? Jim, you were in the Navy on a carrier. You guys didn't have any scuttling charges on your carrier. You had nukes. You didn't have to worry. I'm going to suggest that possibly this went in the bigger boxes at some point. Maybe they had one they would take out and put in here. And now you say that this slides almost like a drawer in a special
In a frame, yes.
in a frame. So in a B-roll, I'm going to have Evan behind the camera get down there and you show him where that slides in, because it's suspiciously kind of like a similar frame in the after torpedo room where we're going to go next, because there is no lower deck flats in the after torpedo room. There is, however, a mysterious frame outboard on the starboard side of the upper torpedo skid that I used to think, well, I'll tell you when we get there, but it could be where this box goes. But we're going to go there next and check that out. So we're going to get some B-roll of where the smaller box goes, and then we're going to be in the after room. So join us in a moment. Now demonstrate that patch too that you... Well, that's how I would stow my lunch or my 55-pound block of TNT. We're back here now in the after torpedo room, and we managed to get the 55-pound block of TNT through the entire boat without any explosions, because it's empty. But anyway, now, Evan, I want you to pan in here. This is the mystery frame or bracket that I've seen, since I've been here 48 years. I originally thought that was to hold a man saver. Now, you're their Navy guy here. That's pan to to Jim, the Navy guy. Do you guys know what a mansaver is? Is it just something for Great Lakes sailors?
It might be for Great Lakes.
Okay, it's a block of wood. It's like, think of a Jenga puzzle, but it's like heavy 6x6 timbers that are kind of fashioned into a cube. It's hard, solid wood timbers in a cube with a rope on it, and if two boats are working side by side, it's put over the side like a fender, but it allows a man, if he's trapped between them, you're not going to get squished like you know what. If the boats come together, it's called a mansaver. So I thought maybe that was for a mansaver, but now that we've been looking around for where the heck the Mark II demolition charge would have gone, I can find nothing in this room that would even speak to where that would go. And then we saw that. So here we are with our Mark II kit, and this is history in the making. We measured it, so I will not lie to you. We measured it, and Dave, our maintenance guy, says it's a perfect fit. Let's find out. So go ahead. You're seeing this pretty much for the first time. Don't damage that incredibly valuable artifact. Son of a gun. High five, guys. That works great. So yeah, is that beautiful? Now, obviously, you can see across the top, we're going to have to get some 1/4-inch ribbon or bar stock, or not bar, but a flat piece of steel, and put some wing nuts to hold that down. But pretty much, boy, I'll tell you, that fits like a glove. There's where the after 55-pound demolition charge. And of course, how was that used? In the event that the boat had to be abandoned, of course, the captain had a series of things that you had to ensure. The crew is overboard, all the sensitive equipment is destroyed. Torpedo men, as part of their scuttling procedure, would take the charge out and wire it into the self-destruct timer system. And as the instruction manual says, place the 55-pound block of TNT near the Torpex warheads. Now, I got to tell you, 55 pounds of TNT is a party for any teenager on a 4th of July weekend. But 55 pounds of TNT pales in explosive power to the 600 pounds of Torpex, which is, I've heard various figures, 50% or 100% more powerful than TNT. So that 55-pound block of TNT, in essence, becomes a primer for a torpedo warhead. So that definitely would render the after half of a fleet submarine, well, it'd basically be like one of those trick cigars that explodes, that you see in the Three Stooges. So 55 pounds TNT setting off at, if you only have one torpedo nearby, there's 600. If you've got a full nest, well, now you really got an explosive event. So there's a little bit of history right here on Cod. We just checked that out, and I think we've solved another mystery on USS Cod. So remember, hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell. We're really trying to drive our subscription base up to 10,000. I know Ryan's got he's got 250,000, and I know Libby is probably paying people to join. I don't know, but that's it for that. And again, we'll see you soon.